Good morning and welcome to Talking Movies. I'm Spling. We've got a swirling mix of genres and some pretty good films to chat about. Let's get right to it. 204, Getting Away with Murder. This documentary unearths the shocking story behind the murder of Brett Kebbel. It's from director Warren Batchelor, and the cast includes Mikey Schultz, who has been causing a stir or a publicity campaign, depending who you're talking to, in the Oscar Pistorius trial, Nigel McGurk and Faisal Kapi-Smith. 204 means a full and permanent indemnity from prosecution in exchange for truthful testimony. The title is a little clunky, but don't let it deter you. 204 Getting Away with Murder is an absorbing and layered documentary. This is a classic rise and fall story about a charismatic South African businessman whose life ended in a hail of bullets in Johannesburg in 2005. 3 self-confessed killers, as well as Jackie Celebi, Glenn Agliotti, Pete Bielefeld, and the Kebbel family, are interviewed. Failed hijacking or assisted suicide, the documentary filmmakers tackle the story head-on, interviewing everyone from family members to self-confessed killers. However, Kebbel's murder is only the beginning, as motives are explored and a trail of money, fraud, and corruption lead us to the highest level. This gritty, hard-hitting documentary has been treated like a mystery thriller. Much like Oscar Pistorius and his story, it has cinematic flair and the makings of a film comparable with The Wolf of Wall Street if it was mixed with Pain and Gain. The production is absorbing, entertaining, eye-opening, and features a compelling soundtrack, convincing dramatization, and tracks a fascinating news story. What it lacks in production values and consistency, it makes up for in steely-eyed determination, raw passion, and sleazy underground grit. I gave this a solid 7. And then moving on to something slightly lighter, Magic in the Moonlight, a romantic comedy about the complications following an Englishman's attempt to unmask a possible swindle. It's from writer-director Woody Allen and stars Colin Firth, Emma Stone, and Marcia Gay Harden. This is an amusing comedy romance drama that toys with the occult as a master magician goes undercover to dispel a medium's powers. Colin Firth is in fighting form as an aloof, plucky, headstrong, and self-involved master magician. Emma Stone is enchanting as a charming psychic and mystic. The two have good chemistry, which blossoms under the spell of Woody Allen's quirky mix of comedy romance. We're treated to a vista and story you would expect to see in Poirot. Except instead of solving a mystery or unveiling a murder, our detective begins to fall for the prime suspect. For a film about the dark arts, it's offhandedly funny, unassumingly romantic, and makes for light, enjoyable entertainment. I gave it a solid 7. And then finally, something else that is opening this week, Brick Mansions. An undercover Detroit cop navigates a dangerous quarantined neighborhood with the help of an ex-con in order to bring down a crime lord and his plot to devastate the entire city. It's from French director Camille Delamere, and it's based on a screenplay by Luc Besson. It stars the late Paul Walker, David Bell, and Reza. This is a high-octane, full-throttle, and headless chicken of an action crime thriller. The film revolves around an undercover cop, a criminal, and a slumlord. You could actually imagine it working better in South Africa than Detroit when you consider films like Inamba Number. The stunts are respectable, the action is intense, and there's enough gunplay to appease action junkies. Unfortunately, it's all style and no substance. They've got the street smarts and the look. Apart from that, the stock characters deliver stale lines, the plot is ridiculous, and it gets more convoluted as it grinds on. This is a numb, dumb, and forgettable actioner that tries to get by on cool stunts, urban grit, and skin-deep characters. The end result is indistinct and unsatisfactory, even to the most undemanding audiences. I gave this a third-rate 3. So just to wrap up, 204 Getting Away with Murder, a hard-hitting crime documentary. I gave that a solid 7. Magic in the Moonlight, a charming and amusing Woody Allen romance comedy drama, a solid 7. And then finally, one to avoid, Brick Mansions, a slick yet brain-dead actioner. I gave that a third-rate 3. For more movie reviews, visit spling.co.za or spling.mobi on the go. And remember, don't wing it, spling it.